All right, well, Neil Stefani and Shelton. Who? Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton finally tied the knot this week. Why don't we watch some videos of how they got together? What made them get together? How did it happen? What was the impetus for their attraction? What is their chemistry like? All that fun stuff. Click the link in the description for my free online dating class for all humans, all genders. If you are having problems with online dating and you want your dates to actually be good and not have to feel like you're risking going on a date, going, is this person gonna be crappy? Is this person gonna be creepy? No, you're just gonna have good dates at all times. Well, my free online dating class teaches you exactly how to do that. Don't click it now, click it at the end of this video. Watch this fun video right now because you're bound to learn something. Let's get started.
Blake is also on this show.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who's Blake?
Blake Shelton.
Oh, the country guy.
Yeah. And I read these stories about the two of you. Are those true or not true?
I think NBC did that, right? Two divorced people, like, at the same time.
I'm saying it seemed like just too perfect of a story.
It did,
but
too.
Is it true or not true?
I'm not going to answer that right now, Ryan. I think I've given up enough of myself this morning to you.
I mean, I think that right there was enough to tell you that it was true. Because if it wasn't true, she would just go, no, it's not true. But she said, I'm not going to answer that. But something interesting that Ryan said is, it's too perfect of a story. And it really is when you think about it. Like, these two getting together, these two superstar singer musicians getting together, being attracted to each other, something that you would never expect, but for some reason it works out so perfectly. It's pretty fucking awesome. I'm happy about it. I mean, I think Blake Shelton is a crappy singer and his music sucks, but I think his personality's great. I made a Classic Charm episode about him. Right up there, you can click it. I break down exactly what makes him so damn attractive and charming outside of his good looks.
All right.
But I think he's hot, don't you?
I don't like guys.
Boom, right there. So what she was doing is she was expecting that Blake was going to watch this, and this was her like flirt with him. This was her wink to him. Side note, Ryan Seacrest stayed away from answering that because people in the past have thought that he was gay, and that probably made him feel really insecure. And so instead of leaning into the answer and going, yeah, he's beautiful, he's a beautiful man, he ran away from it. And what that actually does is it shows a lack of confidence. When you are so comfortable with who you are, your vulnerabilities, you lean into them.
But I think we had all suspected it for a long time.
You saw him sort of
He was
working
lying to all of us for a long time.
They were keeping it
I'm like,
on the
can you
DL?
I'm your friend, and I really don't want to find out about this from everybody else first. Like, don't be a dick. Like, tell me what the fuck is happening.
Right.
And he was super tight-lipped about it. And then we were at dinner. We were like somewhere out, and then I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And they kissed or something, or they did something crazy. they imagine two of your friends that don't hook up started kissing. Like, if you two started kissing, I'd be like, "Holy shit!"
At the dinner, they start kissing.
Just like it's something that was a giveaway, and I'm like, I fucking knew it.
So the thing, why do celebrities do this? Why do big influencers do this? They hide their relationship from even their friends. The reason is because they're not sure how it's gonna go. What if they come out to the world that they're dating, and then 2 weeks later, they're not dating anymore, and then they do that again with somebody else? They don't want everybody to be judging them about their relationship, so they want to make sure that this relationship is gonna be long-term before they do that, and they'll even hide it from their friends like Adam Levine, just because, listen, I don't want anybody knowing, because if anybody knows it, there's a possibility that it's going to get out somehow. You know, what if Adam's a bad liar? We don't know.
You get to know him on the set because
Right.
it's like he's so funny and he's so lovely. And I was actually, from the outside, he looks like, you know, so happy and, you know, all those things. But when I came back to the show, I had this huge weight on me.
Right.
And
Nobody knew.
Nobody but my parents and, like, obviously everybody involved.
So what she's talking about right now, I'm assuming, is her breakup with Gavin Rossdale.
And you revealed to him you were having your own problems.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically told me what was going on with him, and then I was like, well, I can't tell you everything, but I'll just say, you know, it was
I
like,
know.
so then we just started this friendship, which was just unbelievable that God would put us in a position to have each other at that
On The Voice,
moment,
no
in
less.
that, like, in the same exact moment.
So for them, I will bet that they feel like this is fate. Because what are the chances that they both become singer superstars? They both go on a show called The Voice. They both break up with their respective famous singer partners at the exact same time. They both become friends at the same time, and then they connect with each other beyond just the normal chemistry, but connect with each other over the breakup as well at the exact same time. They definitely feel like this is a soulmate thing and that this is fate. And who am I to say that that's not true? But it's just interesting to see how this began. What was the genesis of their relationship? That was the first time I ever used that word.
And it's the most, you know, pure in the sense that it's like it's all like what the storybook of love. You know what I'm saying? Like the giving and the receiving, and it just feels very like even, and I don't know, it's pretty magical, and I feel really blessed, and I feel like I'm bragging when I talk about it, because I am so lucky, and it was so unexpected.
It's interesting to think that Gwen Stefani has been famous for so long, and all of the relationships that she's had in her life have been public. Her first big one was the guitarist or bassist in her band, No Doubt. Then Gavin Rossdale, singer of Bush. Now Blake Shelton.
I have these perfectly like married in love parents, this example of love my whole life, and then mine has been this tragic thing, and you can just hear it in the songs. I write about it the entire time, so I'm not like it is kind of awkward to talk about because other people are involved, and I have children and stuff like that, so I need to protect them. Sure. But I think that for me to see on the other side was going to be this after all of that tragedy is like it's almost impossible. But I just feel so grateful.
Well, I think another thing, aside from the fact that Blake is probably a really, really great guy, is the fact that both of these people have been in long-term relationships before. They know what a relationship is really like, and they're old enough to be mature to know how to treat the other person. That being said, there's a lot of fucking boomers out here that just get into relationship after relationship and have no idea how to manage their emotions or the other person's emotions, and their relationships just continue to be shit because of the way that I think they learned how relationships should be from movies that they watched in the 70s and 60s and 80s or whatever.
Both of us know that the timing and the way that she and I met and came together, and it just felt like home. That's not an accident, you know. And I think just the way that she and I were able to save each other's lives and get ourselves through that time, it was evidence to us that God had a hand in it, you know. And
yeah, so this is exactly what I was just talking about. They believe that their relationship was truly fate because of all of the circumstances that built up to it. This probably has a hand in making them feel even more in love with each other because they feel like, oh my God, this is like, we are soulmates. We are meant to be together. This was in the cards in life for us to end up together. All of our past relationships, this is like a storybook thing. Now, this doesn't happen with everybody. And listen, whether you believe in fate or not, this was luck, right? The way that it happened. Things that come together so perfectly, it's luck, it's coincidence, right? And I know that the guy on TikTok says that there is no such thing as a coincidence. But I do think that things are merely just coincidences. So I don't want you to believe that just because you met somebody on a dating app or something like that, that you can't have such a strong relationship with somebody. Be proud of however you are getting into a relationship with somebody. And the way that you want to get into a relationship with somebody could happen in any way. It could be, you know, sliding into somebody's DMs, or it could be because you are both two superstars and you got together also based off of the fact that you broke up with very public partners and related on that. It could be anything. Don't feel like it has to be a magical storybook thing like that. It's great that it happened this way, but it really doesn't matter how two people fall in love.
It's been really fun learning about country music and all the different. He's literally an encyclopedia jukebox, like like a weirdo with the knowledge.
Every country?
This guy, he knows everything. Like, and we do games with him where we'll just like play like a little tiny taste of a song to see if he'll know it. And we won't know what it is. We just look it up on like the internet and he'll know it.
The only time I've ever been stumped on that is on your show, whenever y'all played some like the Welcome Back Cotter version of Hollaback Girl or whatever. I didn't know.
Welcome Back Cotter version. You didn't even know your girlfriend's song at the time.
I mean, first of all, just looking at them together, Gwen wearing fucking camo, like cargo pants or whatever. It's just so adorable looking at these two. Like, how often do you see two celebrities on a show together, two really well-known celebrities on a show together, and then you watch them fall in love on that show? You watch their relationship progress over time, and now they're finally married. I don't believe this was fate. I mean, to me, this is such an obvious duo. Think about it. The way that I teach getting together with somebody is all about like-minded interests. And so it may feel to them like this was such a random coincidence, but to me, this was so obvious. Blake and Gwen are both super passionate about music, about singing, about performing. They both have such great positive personalities. They both are Christian, evidently. And so they both got on a TV show because of those things. Well, not because they're Christian, but because of all the other things. And so, because Blake is so charming, because Gwen is so charming, it's only natural for them to not only find physical attraction in each other, but also to find chemistry with each other through their personalities because of their charm, their natural charm, and then find connection with each other through their like-minded interest of music. And further, because they come from different musical backgrounds, they could inspire and learn from each other. It's obvious that Gwen is loving learning about country. Obviously, Blake is that kind of conservative country man, so everything new is, all this new stuff is kind of weird to me, but at the same time, you could tell that he likes learning about Gwen's background, her musical background, her interests, and he may not be a huge fan of it, but it's something that is inspiring to him, is new to him, is something out of the usual of what he's always grew up with and the type of people that he's always known. So to me, this is an obvious pairing and just an example of how two people coming together should happen and how you should focus on it. So often people are thinking about how to get with somebody that has no relation to them whatsoever. You know, that's how I grew up. And that is what causes frustration in people in terms of dating. They look at somebody that they have no relation to, and they see a lot of other people being attracted to them. And they see those people getting with that person that they may be physically attracted to and go, why can't I have that? What they're not thinking about is going, well, what are my passions? What are my interests? Let me go to those communities. Let me meet people in that world. When you go into a world where it's your expertise or it's your passion, it's your interest, it's so much more easy to connect with somebody, to have chemistry with somebody, because you already know what to talk about. You don't have to think about what to say with somebody where you share the same interests. It's what I realized growing up is, you know, I at first started getting into circles that I didn't really connect with the people. I was going to bars where the women that I wanted to meet, they just were nothing like me. I have a lot more of an introverted personality. I'm more into the arts. The people that I was meeting at bars, they were more into physical stuff, you know, sports. All extroverted type things. I was more into introverted stuff. And so when I finally moved to New York and started socializing in groups that catered to my interests, that's when I started really finding my place and really finding my confidence, because I was able to go, oh, wait a second, people are actually interested in me. I don't have to try to act a certain way. I could just be exactly who I wanted to be with no facade, and people just liked it naturally. Words just came out of my mouth without me having to like put on some personality to cater to what I thought they wanted. Wow. And then I looked back at the popular kids that I might have been friends with in high school, that I was friends with in high school. I realized they weren't dating people outside of their world. They weren't looking at the hot like singer in the band. They couldn't relate to them. They were dating the cheerleader, and the hot singer in the band was dating, I don't know, a guitarist in the other band. People got together with their interests. People got together with people that shared their interests, and they did it naturally. People that find frustration in dating are frustrated because they're not focusing on where they're already comfortable, where they're supposed to be, where they want to be. They're so focused on what they don't have. They're focused on the people that are successful in dating. Basically what I'm saying is, if you look at the people that are successful in dating, it's going to be because they're in their world. The lesson for you today is to get in your world. Find what your interests are. Find what your passions are. This is the easy way to do it, because a lot of people come to me and they go, I don't know what my passion is. Think about it like this. What is that thing that you could talk about with somebody for hours on end and never get tired of talking about? What is that thing? Then find a community where you could actually go and do that with people. It is going to be so much more easy for you to find connections and attraction and chemistry with people. It's also going to be easier for you to be confident and just talk easy with those people. You're also going to find that those people in those groups are going to find attraction in you without you having to put on any song and dance. I talk a lot about this stuff in my paid programs, but guess what? I have a free program down below. It is to help you with online dating, because I know you have issues with online dating, because online dating is not a natural thing for us to do. So if you want help in that, click the link in the description. I give you a free class, and I'll be there too. So we'll see you on the other side.